Hello, everyone. Hello. Happy witching hour. Um, I wanted to come and speak to you guys and just to be clear, I'm not going to be putting up yearly readings anymore. I used to do that on this channel, but with my schedule and everything, and me working on some new projects coming up here in the next couple of weeks, I'm definitely not going to be able to do that because I've got to work on some money projects and then of course with the business that I'm running and everything. But I used to put up yearly readings for each zodiac sign when I had time, and I've been speaking with my clients, old ones, new ones, and then students as well, about really taking the time to sit down and look at your yearly forecast. Okay, doing a yearly forecast, because especially when it comes to dealing with codependence, okay, or if you're dealing with some kind of spiritual warfare, because really what it's all about is seeing that stuff ahead of time and warding it. So, for example, if let me give you an example. If in January, February, and March, um, there's not really anything to look out for, then you don't want to be wasting a whole bunch of resources. You can focus on something else. But if somebody throws something at you in March that begins to manifest in June, because keep in mind that with any spell work, whether or not it's a curse, typically with money work, it's a lot. With money work happens a lot faster depending on the situation. Okay, depending on um, whether or not you've been crossed or something. It really depends. Okay. But typically when it comes to spell work will move um within and up to 90 days. So if somebody throws something at you, like in March, then you can possibly, then it'll pop up like 3 months later in June. And typically people will throw things at you because there's a lot of people that don't really know how to do shadow work. They don't know how to look actually at what the issue is. And so what they will do is they will blame other people. Okay. And you may not even be throwing anything at anybody. You may be busy. You may not be thinking about stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, somebody may throw something at you. Okay. Or people may just be doing it just because they're ornery. The point is that I think if you look at the cards and you look at the yearly projection, right? And you see that somebody is going to throw something at you, let's say, for example, in October, somebody may throw something at you. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like there are a lot of people dabbling. Um, in my humble opinion, I think that these people are not seasoned in witchcraft as much as they think that they are. And some people are just very vengeful. And so they may think, oh, it's October. Let me throw something at somebody where the veil is thinnest. But actually, in October is like a year in closing, and so that's actually where um, ancestors are stronger during that time, um, and it's actually a witch's strongest time. Okay, and so it's probably not the best time to be doing things like that, but I don't train everybody because I do accept initiates, okay? Um, and students and I wouldn't teach somebody to do magic like that because it doesn't make any sense. It's codependent. It's weak, in my opinion. You know, but I think that it's important to look at your yearly projected um, kind of readout because some people will have like a standard schedule of codependency. It depends on whether or not you are. I feel like everybody is acquainted with somebody that knows about esoteric, and you'd be surprised, but and I think that it's different for different people. For example, you may have somebody that starts throwing stuff at everybody in the month of October. Why? Because, you know, they, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a schedule. You'll notice a pattern. Even when you look at the previous years, you'll see a pattern. And so I've been doing that with all of my readings lately, and people are shocked and astonished at how accurate it is to look and see like what is actually happening when it's manifesting and understanding what you have to do. Okay. Um, I don't always think that it's necessary to do a reversal. There's sometimes you don't need to do a reversal. There's sometimes where you need to do a road opener. Okay. Road opener and reversal are two different things. And so it's gonna be extremely valuable. Like I said, I'm not gonna be putting up free readings like that on the channel anymore. I've been here way too long. People already know who I am. So but you definitely should get when you get if you are concerned about now see, I don't know, some people ain't concerned about having a peaceful, quiet, just tranquil, serene, I'm okay. So I am the type of person that likes peace, inner peace, tranquility, and serenity. I don't like stress and cantankerism. I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? So it depends on what kind of lifestyle you want to live. Obviously, if you live a very, very stressful lifestyle, this is going to cut your lifespan short. And I guess there's some people that like that. But for me, I like to preserve life as much as possible and make life as fun and happy as possible. Okay. That's what I like to do. So I think that the my witch's musing, which is my 2 hour reading, is really good if you really want to get a breakdown of like um in that particular reading. I look at your yearly, I can see the patterns, I can see people throwing stuff at you. Or you could be dealing with past life regressions. Most people are dealing with several different things at the same time because a lot of those things have been put on ignore for so long. And so they're just kind of crashing down on us a lot. Okay. And then, from there, I determine if I need to look at your past life. Some of y'all have up to 1,000 past lives, believe it or not. Some of y'all do. Some of us do. And believe it or not, that at any moment, at least one or two of those past lives can be playing out in your life. It happens. And so with that one, what we talk about is options, ideas. There are some things that people may need to do that they have never thought about doing. I know that it is extremely difficult to think and have clarity whenever you are going through spiritual warfare. It's hard, okay? So, um, that's what we're on because and I think that the main thing that you have to really, really, really pay attention to is that you can't necessarily control what people want to do, but you can control your reaction to it. And so seeing things like that coming are probably the best thing. Now, I can tell y'all that anybody in my soul group, more than likely for the whole month of October, we're going to have to do vigils. Keep a constant black flame going. So, yeah. And that's very important. Okay. That's very, very important. But again, you don't have to do that all year. I feel like you should look and see what's going on and then, just don't do things blindly and then doing things that are unnecessary and then also unnecessary stress. I can tell you that doing defensive magic, doing reversals, cleanses, it's become so normalized for me that it's just like breathing. It is. So it's not like I feel like I'm working. It's more so survival, maintenance. You know what I'm saying? So get your yearly readings and actually look at the year and see. Usually when spirit gives you an answer, the first answer is the correct answer. Especially if your cards or whatever divination method that you're using, you've cleared your cards and you can see it clearly. And I've been really, really sad for a lot of people. The last 3 readings that I've done, I've looked at their yearly and I'm just like, oh my God, like you're strong because like more bad months than good months is, and that can change, that can definitely change. I know that I went into the new year this year because this year is gone as far as I'm concerned. We only got 4 months left. It's over. Okay. But this year at the beginning of the year, I decided that I was going to do vigils, and I did do them for only 3 months at the beginning of the year, and then I stopped. But probably should have kept going until May at least, but I didn't keep going. And so that's a lesson learned. Sometimes you just have to learn lessons. Spirit will take care of you though. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're doing them Sabbaths. People don't want to get accustomed to doing the Sabbaths or having anything to do with it. I understand there's some people that practice Santeria, voodoo, hoodoo, Ifa, uh, but I think that it's important to respect the changes, pay attention to the moon, dates. It's not that it's an obsessive thing, and it's a way of life. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's not a bad way of life. It really isn't. If you keep things right with the spirits, you don't have to feel like you're doing the watchdog thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I like my drama and stuff in the form of a movie. Earlier I was watching The New Orphan, very good movie. I highly recommend it. And I'm pretty sure some interesting stuff on Netflix that I'm getting ready to watch till I fall asleep. But, take care of what's happening spiritually, and you'll have less stress, bad luck, calamities, going back looking at this year, I can honestly say that if I would have did my vigils for one more month, because I looked at my yearly and I got justice in the upright position. And when I clarify it, let's do some clarifiers. See, Six of Wands, Four of Cups. I'm sorry, Four of Pentacles inverted and Temperance inverted. So that was codependency, dealing with some kind of negative karma from a person outside of myself. Okay, in the month of April of this year, actually. So the vigils should have still been done because something moved in and manifested right around June. And it is important to ward that stuff out, out. Okay. Um, nobody, I mean, yeah, there is a way to manifest things, especially if it's an emergency, urgency, very quickly within minutes. But most of the time, when it comes to hexes and bad energy, when they take flight, it can take up to 90 days for that to reach you. Okay. And, just looking at my reading, for example, in July, Knight of Cups comes up in the upright position. This is typically a very powerful spirit guide that does protect me. However, um, you know, um, it just, I always like to critique myself. So, look at the year, every year, probably sometime in October would be a good time for us to start communicating about next year, even though it'll be the witch's new year on October 31st. But you still want to address that and set those goals and see that stuff coming. Write it down in your calendar. Do a reminder of what you need to do. And so this is something, it's, to me, it's time management. It makes sense. um and yeah, it would be considered time management when we're talking about time, Saturn, Chronos, and devising a plan. There's this other oracle deck that I use, and the strategy card seems to always come out when I do readings for clients, and that's exactly what that is. Okay. And because like I said, there's a lot of people, thank you, there's a lot of people that are operating on that stupid law of attraction crap that is ruining everybody's life. Okay, it's ruining everybody's life, law of attraction. And I don't care about the law of attraction gurus, um, and what they have to say. It's a watered down, weak form of witchcraft. Is basically what it is. I'm not saying that the different subliminals and the frequencies and stuff like that, I'm not saying that those don't work, because they do. But law of attraction is, it can either be, it can be used against you. Everything has a dark side. That's just like the law of karma. If somebody comes up to you and talk, and you know what, I learned this lesson. I learned this lesson when I was in school. I had this girl, she just wanted to fight me. I don't know why this chick wanted to fight me. I had a fight with her in the bathroom. I had no choice but to fight with her. Right. So the school suspends both of us. And I'm sitting up here telling them, like, wait a minute, she started this crap with me. Then when I got home, I got in trouble with my parents. See, that was a lesson though of karma, because even though she started with me and she was the aggressor, I still had to deal with the karma. So it's the same thing even when you're an adult and you're dealing with somebody, you know what I'm saying? That's what, but a lot, and even sometimes we still have to deal with other people's karma if they start stuff with us. You know what I'm saying? It's still, and it seems unfair, but I think that if you write with your spirit, you'll have a excellent outcome in your favor. You know what I'm saying? So looking at things ahead of time, it can possibly be a good responsibility because it would be very responsible for you to look ahead at those things and then just knock them out before they even come up to you, before they even, I mean, you can even sit down and devise what you're going to do, write it down for that month, and you have everything ready. Okay. And so, and that is a good way of making sure that the plans that you set manifest the way that you want it. Okay. Because and it'll also help you avoid delays. Okay. So like I said, I'm not going to be putting up yearly readings on the channel. I thought about doing some on Patreon. No, just buy a private reading. Um, yeah, I'm not doing that. So just to kind of throw that around for my clients and the people that watch me and the people that respect me and actually buy readings and spells, just to let y'all know. Um, and a lot of the things that you'll even learn in my tarot class, if some of y'all decide to um, take the tarot class, I teach you how to make the tarot work for you, right? So it's not just how to do it for other people, but it's also how to connect with the cards, connect to your spirit guides through the cards, and to actually use the tarot so that you can actually see things that are coming at you. Okay. All right. For more questions, you can visit the website. Um, and, if you see good things in your yearly spread, protect it. You know, even if you don't do it at that moment, take a picture of it, save it for later, protect it. Because a lot of y'all will have good things coming for you, but then a mudslide will come or something. You know what I'm saying? So it's best to see those things coming. Anyway, that's pretty much what I wanted. I'm going to go because it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm tired. All right. Y'all have a good weekend. Blessings.